video for a few days because I haven't really make trying to get the hub red hot to move it to good filler. Watch out, guys. There she goes. We've liberated the hub from the axle. Then I just wait a couple weeks for that to cool down enough to move it by hand, and there's the chunk of shit. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's mushroom and mustard.
Easy.
The other one's not even there. Oh, a piece of pipe.
Someone else is fuck around in there trying to move it. The missing dowel. What is that, like a piece of copper pipe he wedged in there?
There's a bunch of shit on this side too, where they're busted off.
Garbage. Like, how do you lose the dowels? Someone had the hubs right off, laying on the bench, and lost half the pieces, or what?
Apparently.
How much? Oh, I'm gonna end up getting in trouble because you got music on over here. That's a sin on YouTube. Shut up. Shit. There. How much extra shit did they have in there? Half their fucking bolt bin? There.
Funny how it's so stuck, but it's not even that rusty, or unless it's on the axle, I guess.
Super tight.
We don't need all this. Come on. Wave at the people. Wave at them. Oh, I thought you were going to flip them off. Show them your nice free haircut you got. Come on. Show them your nice free haircut you got. Well, I guess you had to buy her dinner, but still. Anyways, how's she going today, guys? Well, we're in the 4440 here. You see we were working on the hub, trying to slide them out on the axle there about 3 inches in. And when you put the duals on, the spacing was too tight, kind of like we did with the 46 there. So someone had fucked those hubs up, well, this one on this side, and had a bunch of random shit stuffed in the hole instead of the dowels there for those 2 bolts to be able to push on to push the wedge out to be able to move the hub. So we had to do some fucking around, but we got her anyway. But now we're working on trying to see what's wrong with my little white dome light here. It doesn't want to turn on anymore. I know there's no bulb in it right now, but usually when you'd open the door, regardless if the key was off or not, that dome light would come on just like in a car. And it doesn't want to work right now, so we got to open up the roof and see what's going on with that. I'm sure it's nothing too serious, probably a bad connection or something, but... And then I'm putting a new radio in, because before it only had AM, and I had to get a different plate. That bezel, the old one's down there, because the old one, the radio was actually the plastic was the radio, so you'd have to hack it all apart to try to fit a new one in. So this is only 19 bucks for this thing. But you see everything else in here is black. Fucking guy sent me a brown one, and it's 10 business days for the black one to come, and so it's gonna be brown. But I mean, you put it up there and it's, I don't know, doesn't look too bad. At least it's not like blue or something. So we got Dad last night when he was in here figured out most of what wires we need on here to hook up with the old ones, and the ones that we don't need, because this thing's got Bluetooth, so that would be for your speaker. But I do not have that, so we don't need that. And that's a dual radio from good old Walmart, if anyone was curious. $100 radio. So I've gotten everything else, and they seem to work, eh, Twan? Right? You suppose? He doesn't listen to music. He's part Amish, so he doesn't believe in technology. He doesn't listen to music. It's a sin, he says. Right, Twan? Sure. And then I bought these as well for in the 44 here and the 46. And the cheap bastards, it doesn't even come with the ashtray. That's why I thought, well, they're broken, both the tractors, so I'll get something with cup holders in it, since there's none in this tractor, in either of them. And then I'll have a new ashtray cover, but no, it doesn't come with them, so I still have my broken ashtrays. But it goes something like that. But I gotta cut my upholstery a little bit to fit that in there, and I need to drill another hole for that screw, so that's what I'm gonna work on now. And then it didn't come with this, but it's made for it, to put a light in there. So I'm gonna tie in this wire here, which is the lights on the fenders, and then that way when you turn your lights on, it'll be just like there's a red light up here that turns on, like that. So it'll turn on down here and it'll shine and illuminate all the your hydraulics and everything. So I figured that'd look kind of neat. So that is what we're working on right now. So I guess I'll talk to you later on when we get things kind of buttoned up and Twan figures out what's wrong in the roof. Or electrocutes himself. One of the two. Either way, good filler, so we'll talk to you in a bit. Now I just gotta cut our measurement, and it should fit. Does it actually say?
No.
Doesn't matter, I'll open the speaker up.
Shoot.
12 o'clock midnight.
Alright, it's many hours later since the last time I made the videos. You see it's dark out now, but I'll walk you through everything we've done today electrical wise. So the first thing, you open the door again. Oh, it works again, eh? Look at that, isn't that nice? And then all fall and summer when we were baling, that light would flicker on and on and on and off and on and off, and we thought it was a ground. It turns out it was down under the cab here. There are a few broke wires, and those broke wires are actually the same ones that were making the dome light not want to work. So, or those are not the same wires, but in the same spot. So, and I actually figured out that it was power causing that issue, because when I tied my little light in here, see that? Oh, isn't that pretty? When I tied that light in, 1 second it was working, shut the lights off, and the next time I turned it on, nothing. So what the hell's going on? So I changed the bulb, still wouldn't work, and then I took the tester and touched the wire, and that was the problem. It had no power, and it was because down there's some broke wires. So put some new wires in and cut out the old junk, and now everything works again. And then we got the new radio in, and we were putting screws in, and I thought we should see if everything works before we screw it all in, and it's a good thing we did, because see, I'll turn the key on here, watch what it does. Nothing. what it was doing, I haven't waited long enough since the last time, maybe I'll do it again here in a bit, but you'd turn the key on and it would come on, it'd be red and just kind of flicker, and then it'd be out. Like it wouldn't even be a second. So Dad's thinking one of his connections he made up in there for the power isn't quite a good enough connection. So, because he hooked it up with the light, the power that feeds the light, so that it would be on a keyed power. So when you shut the key off, it would shut off. Oh yeah, see there, it kind of came on and then it goes off right away. So there's not enough juice or something there for it to work. But there's also a continuous power in the roof. So even when the key's off, the radio would be on. I mean, if you got the radio on, you're going to hear it and you'll be smart enough to shut it off each time you're done with the tractor anyways, I'm sure. So that's, tomorrow we'll open it up and see if that's what's going on, if it's just a bad connection or what. And then the next thing we did is this wiper over here. There were some broken wires here, and that wiper only had one speed. So we took everything apart, and now she's got both speeds again, the way she should be. So, there. Now it works again. So everything is almost like new and a little bit better because I have cup holders now, so. Anyway, I'll get out and try not to choke to death. And I'll show you, I did a little bit of stuff outside here, not very much, but I had a small John Deere sticker on here before. You can kind of see where it used to be still because of what it did to the paint when it come off, but you can see it sticking up yet. But I put a much larger one on the front there, so it's about the size of what the badge would have been on the front of the tractor. But I've got this nose tank on here. If any of you haven't heard the story, this thing had a loader from where it had come from, and the front of the tank was bashed right in. So we pulled out the dent as best we could, and then we touched it up with Bondo, but you can see it's still kind of rough because I'm not a very good, we're not very good body guys with Bondos. We've never done anything with it. So that's why I elected to keep the nose tank, kind of hide that, and then, well, I mean, a little extra fuel, and it worked out good for the case weights and the case bracket, how we made everything so that we could use the different weights, because John Deere weights are extremely hard to come by around here, as I'm trying to find some yet again for the 46 outside, and I can't hardly find any. So if anybody knows there's some for cheap with a bracket, you'd let me know. But so all that's left to do on this old girl here, I want to touch up the paint on the black hubs, because when we got them real hot there to make things move, it ratched the paint on it. I want to mount the fire extinguisher on the back of it, and figure out why the radio doesn't want to work now. But other than that, it's like a new tractor. Everything is as it should be. There's nothing right now that I know of that's wrong. So I guess when we get to the field with it and something lets go, well, then I guess we'll worry about it then. But we changed the tie rods on it, and yeah, everything's new. So anyway, I guess there's your sneak peek of that for the next video that's coming, but you should be getting some paint on her. But anyway, I guess we're gonna get that thing finished up tomorrow and bring the 46 in, and I'm hopefully gonna start doing some more paint work on this old girl. But anyway, I guess to see the 5010 project and the 4640 project begin and all that fun stuff, and you're not subscribed yet, I suggest you do. And everybody else, hit that like button, and we'll talk to you in the next one.